Okay, so this is the last video in lesson 1, and this is the landing page structure. So I'm just going to walk you through the structure of what we're going to be doing in lesson 3. So what I've done to date is I've covered off for you, the types of customers you need to be focusing on, the targeting of your customers through an advertisement and what you need to do. And then I've also covered off splintering off something so you need this lead magnet. This is really important. What's the thing you're going to be sending them? And now we're going to be talking about your landing page. So this is looking at what's going on inside your website, commonly known as, we're going to be setting up this lead box, pop-up, or different types of landing pages. So it's just, these three things are really different types of landing pages. You're going to see what they are, and I'm going to walk you through it. So you may be selling a product, you may be selling a service. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. Everything revolves around something, and it fits into these two categories. So the example I've given is in the pest control is a service, and there's a couple of ways you can set this up, but the key way to set it up is like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the advertisement pointing to your web page. And on here, this is where you'll be capturing those 4% of urgent people through here. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up a little wee badge here called Get an Offer. Get your free ebook, blah, 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 download here. And then it's going to point to give me your email address. So this is the 96% of people that don't buy of us. Don't know why there's urgent there, ignore that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here how we can have a little wee clickable link in your text or your copy inside your website, and that will point to your little offer here as well. So both of these here are going to go to this landing page. Here's going to be a little badge, that'll go to the landing page, and this little link here will go to the landing page. Now all of them are going to be having this little wee lead magnet as the exchange for their email address. Now don't forget, when people go, oh, not interested, they might leave. I'm also going to show you how we set up what's called a pop-up opt-in. Now the way this works is it's basically on exit, or they sit there for a period of time, and either won't happen if one happens before the other. Let me explain. Let's say I'm sitting on the website here, and I'm thinking and I'm reading, and I click through the website and I'm going through it and I'm spending a lot more time. And inside Google, you can get reports that tell you the average time frame someone spends on your site. So let's just say it's 35 seconds. I can set this pop-up. After 35 seconds, it'll pop up. Here's the offer. Get this now. Free guide to ants. That's one. If they, after 10 seconds, they look at the site and they click on the link and they go away, this will pop up. So what we're doing is we're capturing everyone and every person that comes into our website, no matter which way they come in or leave. Now, the second way you can set this up, and actually I'll go onto this next screen here and I've got a picture here of the old Huff. Just remember, this website's not about you, okay? So don't talk about yourself and show them your gold medallion. Just keep it, everything's about them, okay? So when you meet someone on a date, what do you talk about? You can imagine, the girls at work, and she's been out on a date and they say, oh, how did it go? Oh, he did nothing but talk about himself the whole damn night. Yawn, yawn, yawn. It's the same with your website. Now, remember, in the previous videos I talked about you can get really specific. So this is the area I want you to focus on here, is location and what you do. Now you could do this, get rid of Ants North Shore, but that's going to be too narrow for what we're wanting to do here. You will get leads, but you won't get as many. And what I suggest you do in this case, you'd have the advertisement not going straight to this landing page, it would go straight to the green section. So it's bang, get your offer, bang, done. This is known as what they call a squeeze page, and it's really good for digital products, but I wouldn't recommend doing this one for now. This is something you can look at later on. And if you want to go into the, if you want to get a demo from the guys at Infusionsoft, they'll show you how to do this. But what I would do for the lead machine section is just focus on this section here. So just to recap on the structure of this landing page, I'll just show you what we're doing. We're getting your market and we're plowing them to, they're going to see an advert, they're going to go to your website, and we know 4% of them will contact us if it's urgent. They'll click on here, they'll go into a lead magnet. If they don't, they leave, there'll be a pop-up. If they hang around on the site too long, there'll be a pop-up. If they click on some content in here, they'll go into here, they'll get the lead magnet. Everything's asking to give them something first in exchange for their email address. And this is where you'll be sending out everything manually. So you'll have to do this manually, but that's okay, because in lesson 3 I'll show you how to do it. It's not a major, it just takes time. But don't forget, this is where your bit stops. If you want to move on and have a sales machine that's automated, which I call, this is where the real money's made, like I explained to you in that other video, you will need an automation system like Infusionsoft. But hey, for now, it's fine. You're going to focus on getting the leads, because without any leads, you're not going to have any sales machine. So don't worry about it. For now, just we'll get this side of it set up. So I've what I've done now is I've gone through everything. I've gone through your market, talked about what you need to look for and what you need to think about. I've talked about creating an advertisement. I've talked about the landing pages, those 3 capturing tools that we're going to be developing. And I've covered off for you what is a lead magnet. So these are the 3 key things you need to focus on and you need for the next section. So what I'd suggest you do before you get the other go on to the second module is you want to start thinking about your advertisement. You are going to need your advertisement for the next module. The landing page section and the lead magnet you won't need till module 3, but you are going to need your advertisement. But it does pay to get everything done now, because you know they kind of all do intertwine with each other, and it depends on what your business is. You may kind of have a bit of a subtle link between these two here. It depends. So I hope you found that this first module enjoyable and you've learned something, because in the next module we're going to be going on in lesson 2. This is where we're going to start setting up your accounts. So with that, I'll sign off and we'll see you next week on lesson 2 for the 3X lead machine.